Hi, my name is Emma Case, and today for our YSP lesson we're going to be talking about homologous structures in mammals. So before we talk about these homologous structures, we first have to decide what is a mammal. So a mammal is a warm-blooded vertebrate. They're covered in hair, they give birth to live young rather than young in eggs, and they feed their young with milk. So in the picture you can see there's an elephant. An elephant is an example of a mammal. Here are some more examples of mammals. As you can see, mammals are wide-ranging. We have a brown bear, we have a raccoon, we have a red panda, and even a bat. So now that we have a better understanding of mammals, we can begin to ask the question, how can we tell if animals share a common ancestor? By comparing two animals' traits, we can hypothesize or guess about whether they share a common ancestor. Trait is just a fancy word for something you notice about an animal. So a trait could be that the animal has fur. It could be that the animal can fly. Common ancestor just means that two animals both descended from the same animal, or they're both related to the same animal. There are two reasons animals might share similar traits. One reason is a homologous trait. This is a similar characteristic due to common ancestry. So this is what we just talked about. This is when two animals share a trait because they have a similar relative in the past. The second type is an analogous trait, which is a shared characteristic due to similar function, not common ancestry. Two animals might develop the same trait, like for example wings, because they both need to fly, rather than they both shared a common ancestor. Now we're going to play a little game where you help me decide which pair of animals are most closely related. I'm going to give you a little hint. You should try to figure out which of the animals are mammals. For round number 1, we have the bird, the bat, and the cat. Take a second right now to pause the video and take a guess about which two animals you think are most closely related. The correct answer is the bat and the cat. This one might have been tricky because the bat and the bird share wings. But even though the bat flies like the bird, it is closely related to other carnivorous mammals, such as the cat. Bats and birds both have wings because they both get around the same way, not because they share a common ancestor. For round number 2, we have the hippo, the shark, and the dolphin. Pause here and take a moment to take a guess before I show the answer. If you guessed hippo and dolphin, you're right. Dolphins may appear like sharks, but are more closely related to other aquatic mammals like hippos. The fins and tails of dolphins and sharks are similar because they share a common environment, the ocean. Our third and final pairing is a possum, a bear, and a raccoon. Take a moment to pause the video here and take a guess. If you guessed raccoons and bears, you're correct. Raccoons and bears are mammals too, but possums are less closely related as they're marsupials. Now we're going to do a little experiment. For this experiment, you're going to need Q-tips, 3 colors of paint, glue, and the homology diagrams. I already pre-painted and cut my Q-tips, so I'm going to begin by covering the diagram with a glue stick. Then I'm going to attach my Q-tips, changing colors as I move down the bat wing to different bone groups. Now we're going to compare all 4 of our bone structures. Notice anything similar? Pause the video briefly to make observations about the similarities. Now we need to think about the different functions for all of these structures. A bat's wing is designed to fly, a cat's leg is designed to prowl, a human's arm is designed to help us with tasks, and a whale's fin is designed to swim. If their functions are so very different, why do the structures of the bone have so many similarities? The shared skeletal structure of all 4 species is due to a shared common mammal ancestor many years ago. All mammals will share homologies because we know all mammals shared a common ancestor millions of years ago. Thank you for joining us today as we learned about homologous structures in mammals.